All right, now let's go back to GC. GC. All right, here we go.
All right, we're back.
It was a little. Let's just pretend that last part didn't happen.
Never happened. What an interview with Tyson Fury there. He's the man. I hate that I have to follow him up.
Yeah.
Yada, 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 all that.
No, well, it's great to have you. GC and Helwani time now. Everyone's favorite segment of the week. We had some bets last week. We got them some things done. We had some ups. We had some downs. But I'd say for a second offering, second week in a row, pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Maybe not as good as the first week, but, we all recognize that was a high bar. And so in case you're new to all of this, Connor, relatively new to the team now, GC, Georgia Connor, GC and Helwani, the hottest new thing in the world of combat gambling, because perhaps we'll do a little Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder action if you want on Wednesday. It's up to you, no pressure. I mean, we could go in a multitude of directions here, but this is, where we recap the week that was. So for those that may have missed it, where do we stand after last week? Because we did Bellator and we did UFC last week, and a lot of people gave you crap after the Bellator parlay. A lot of people said that you were, you were pandering to the Bellator crowd. Overall, I think it was a good choice on your part.
Yeah. So we cashed a plus 111 parlay. I forgot when cashing plus money tickets was a bad thing, but we go 4-1-1 on the weekend on single plays, 1-0 in Bellator. 3-1-1 in the UFC, obviously the Kevin Holland push there. We hit the Bellator parlay. UFC parlay gets killed in the last leg. Be more on that later. But we finished the weekend up 1.8 units. Another profitable weekend. Hard to really complain about that. We're up 5.58 units overall.
I love when you talk about the units because that's where you lose me. I have no idea what once again, units.
Once again, so let's say you're a $100 better. That's your standard bet amount. That's what a unit is, your standard bet amount. Because obviously the big players in Vegas, I'm not betting as much as them. There's guys that are betting thousands of dollars per play. I'm not betting nearly as much of that. Let's go with standard. If you're a $100 better, you'd be up $558. You would have profited $558 since we started doing these picks.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. So, you kind of just went through it really quickly there, but let's start with Bellator. You nailed Bellator, right?
We went perfect on the day. We got a little luck from the gambling gods. We'll start.
Yeah, with the main event.
Yeah, MVP, man. He gets the split decision. I mean, was it the judges in London helping him out a little bit? The home crowd?
I mean, it was Doug Crosby, who's a Long Island guy, who gave it to him. He was the third judge.
Yep.
So I can't really say it was home cooking unless, Doug was trying to, he was pandering to the British crowd, but close fight. I mean, not a robbery, but a close one.
I would not say it was a robbery. He did get outstruck. He got taken down twice. I probably thought they were going to give it to Lima when I was waiting on the scorecards, but I'm not really going to argue when we get a win there.
Okay. All right.
So then we get to the parlay. The parlay that we got trashed for, plus 111. Pretty much worry-free.
Parlay that you got trashed for.
I mean, pretty much worry-free the entire way on this one. Kakarov, unanimous decision, 30-27. Jack Grant, first round KO. Luke Traynor, second round KO. Finish it off with Leah McCourt. Really the only time it got sketchy with that one. She got the Kimuras from Borga a couple times in that first round. I thought Borga probably got the first round too, but then she pretty much fed her punches for the last 10 minutes and got an easy unanimous decision. So a loser-free Friday for us in Bellator.
That was big. Bellator, I saw some people saying like, oh yeah, you guys are going for all the favorites. Lest we forget, there's a fighter named Big Tuna who won, I think he was like a plus 500 or something, just a couple of weeks ago in Bellator. Bellator is a little bit wacky to where a plus 500 isn't a sure bet. Or, a minus 500 isn't a sure bet. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I completely acknowledge that they're huge favorites, but Bellator is volatile. These are the people that I felt most confident in, I got told to bet like a man on Twitter, and then I went to the guy's Twitter profile, and he's putting down $5 on.
Wait, who said that?
I mean, the faceless guy on Twitter. Yeah. He tells me to bet like a man, and then I go to his profile. He's putting down $5 on parlays. It's like, okay, man.
All right, come on. Wait. You see, he's out there like puffing his chest about $5 plays.
I mean, he was the goat of parlays according to him, and he's putting down $5 on parlays. So I'm just like, all right, man. Okay.
All right.
No need to even.
Okay, so Bellator, we smashed it, undefeated. I feel like Bellator Burks, I feel like is a thing now.
I mean, it has to be. Yeah. When you're 1-0 and you got the parlay under your belt, we got a perfect Friday. We got to go back to Bellator Burks at some point, maybe 268.
Yep. All right. And then what happened on Saturday?
All right, let's go to the UFC. This card could not have started any better for us. We get Jamie Malarkey inside the distance, plus 250 over Devontae Smith. Kind of made this fight nasty. He was the outright dog. It works out for him. And he also hits the first leg of the parlay. The fight does not go to the distance, so it's a little double hitter. It's a great way to start the evening. Shout out to the Aussies, the school of Alex Volkanovski.
Yeah.
Great start to the night. I mean, I couldn't have been happier with it.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Of all the kinds of bets in MMA, I think inside the distance is the one that makes me most nervous.
Especially a 3-round fight.
Yeah.
I mean, and
that
you got
is the
underdog.
ballsiest of the ballsy. That is the ballsiest of the ballsy. Now, our friend Jedi Goodman loves the over in women's fights.
Yeah.
He always says the over in the women's fight cashes. He has this thing that he does, and he does that sort of thing. And I tend to agree. Whatever it may be, usually go with the over. But inside the distance for a 3-round fight, like a guy, a Malarkey fight, like, man, I thought for sure that was the one that, if there was one weak link, I thought it was going to be that one.
Wow.
So well done.
You didn't tell me that.
No, well, I don't want to put out, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. All right.
Well, I said it couldn't have started it any better, so we go back to the inside the distance well. I said the Australians were also treating us well. The Scot-Australian fighting out of Australia by way of Scotland, Casey O'Neill inside
I'm a fan.
the distance.
I'm a fan.
Oh, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
She looked good, especially in that second round. Shevchenko looked a little dangerous in the early goings, but eventually she falls victim to the ground and pound. That was one. I mean, she's just getting pounded. And finally they called the fight with like 20 seconds left in the second round. So, yeah, we're halfway home on the parlay. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention Hossa. Hossa with an easy win over Bechkoya. I forgot to mention that. So that got us halfway home on the parlay. Yeah, and we cash another plus money play, so we're looking good. 2-0 start to UFC, halfway home on the parlay. I mean, you can't ask for a much better start to the night, but unfortunately,
things
not
happen.
not a ton went great for us after that.
What happened?
Well, the next fight, Alexander Hernandez, he gets the third leg done. We're 3 legs done, 15 toes down on the parlay. He gets the easy first round knockout over Mike Breeden, kind of similar to that Sano fight. Maybe shouldn't have even been in the octagon with Hernandez. But then next up, the lightweights. We got our first loss of the weekend. My man Joe Selecki.
Tough.
Looked good in that first round. Yeah. Gambling gods giveth, gambling gods taketh. We lose a split decision there. So we get our first loss of the weekend. It was definitely a tough one to swallow. Can't argue with the result, but it still hurts nonetheless.
Was that? I mean, you lost last week, right? Like 2 weeks ago. That wasn't your first loss.
Yeah, I'm saying first loss.
Yeah.
Weekend.
But like, how many losses up until this point did you have? Up until like 2. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast at this point.
We lost 3 on the first card.
You did, okay. Oh yeah, Nick Diaz and stuff like that. Yeah, a couple. Yeah, you took a couple flyers, as they say in the biz.
They do say that, yeah.
And you didn't bet on the Aspen Ladd fight, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a scary.
That was scary. Yeah, I hope I see her going back and forth with Misha Tate. She just got to move up to 145 at this point. We've seen it too many times on the scale. She's literally shaking up there. What more needs to happen? What more needs to be seen? Yeah, I forgot if you did or not. I hope she's okay. I hope she's feeling better. All right, so you stumbled on that one.
Yeah, we stumble on Joe Selecki, but we right the ship with another super close fight. We get Nico Price minus 140 over Cowboy. Honestly, I this was the sweater of the weekend, and I really did think we were dead when Oliveira came out crying.
Yeah,
I thought he was fighting. I mean, I thought he was fighting for something bigger. I thought something had got down. He was gonna have the I don't know. I thought he was gonna have something crazy on his side, the unknown. But yeah, man, the fight's up in the air with 90 seconds to go. We get a massive takedown, and Nico Price gets the decision. So a nice little win to get us back on track.
Yep, that was solid.
Yeah, Kevin Holland. Not really much to say here. It's a push. Probably should have just called the fight as soon as he went down. But I understand why they didn't, because he immediately started fighting back.
I mean, initially you thought you lost.
Yeah, so
you were
probably
it helped thrilled.
Us.
Yeah,
it helped us. I wouldn't say thrilled, but
I mean, a push is better than a loss.
Sure, it's better than a loss.
Yeah,
but we get our money back for that one. Curious what the line's going to be if they make a rematch here. I mean, Dawkins looked good regardless of what happened.
You think he should be the favorite?
Dawkins?
Yeah.
I mean, he looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, he looked pretty good. I don't think he's going to be. I mean, Holland was up to like minus 170 by the end of this one.
Right.
So, yeah, so those are the single plays. Parlay, 3 legs down, 1 leg to go. It's the main event, the light heavyweight. Santos Walker fight does not go the distance. We got this one at minus 400. I don't even know where to begin here. I mean,
it was just a total stinker of a fight.
I mean, we got it juiced. The bet got juiced all the way to minus 650 by the time of the fight. You know, they showed the odds leading up to the fight. Brendan Fitzgerald, he's just like, oh man, you're gonna have to pay if you want to bet for the finish here. It's minus 650. Take this one going to decision. You know, at your own peril. I don't think it's gonna go well. You know, the fight's about to start. And he's like, oh, this is a 25-minute fight, 5 rounds, but, you know, I'd be shocked if this one went that long. So it's kind of...
Every time they say that, it goes the distance. Every time.
Yeah, I mean, he's putting the juju on us. He's putting the bad jinx. I mean, Anik never would have...
No.
Anik never would have done that to us.
Every time. Without fail. It's like every time they say, oh, this kicker, you know, doesn't miss, he misses. Or this guy at the free throw line doesn't miss, he misses. Every time they say... If they ever say, piece of advice, if they ever say... This isn't going the distance, bet going the distance. Every time.
Yeah, man. I mean, Fitzgerald with the all-times jinx. I mean, it was just slow torture. I mean, it was just like every minute, every round that goes by, you kind of start coming to the realization that it's probably going to go the distance. They're not throwing any punches. They threw less than 10 punches each or landed less than 10 punches each. On each other's heads. There was just no real potential of a knockout coming. We're going into the 4th round. Daniel Cormier says, your boy DC, he's just like, I would have put my entire bank account on it before the fight that this 4th round wouldn't have been starting. Just more salt in the wound on this one. It's just a miserable 25 minutes to go down. A lot of leg kicks, a lot of sizing up.
And you just wanted anyone to finish. You didn't care. You just needed anyone to
anyone to finish. I mean, Johnny Walker, his corner's telling him, let's just get the points here. Let's get out of here. You know, the guy that has thrived on getting knockouts, especially first-round knockouts, going for the points, completely switching up his game plan. I get they're gun shy because they're scared of getting knocked out by the other. Both of them have huge knockout power, but also like, and it wasn't like, you know, you mentioned it was kind of a snoozer. It wasn't like a gladiator battle where it's just like no one wants to give in, no one's going down. No. They just weren't throwing any volume. They weren't throwing.
By the way, I felt doubly bad on Saturday, if that's a word. Bad for you, but also, I'm not, I'll admit, like, I'm not taking your advice. I feel like it's not my place to do it. Call me crazy. But I'm getting emotionally invested. Like, I'm living vicariously through. So it's making it actually a little more fun. Because let's be honest, some of these fight night events can drag a little bit. But my grandfather, who's 90 years old, calls me. I kid you not, and he calls me very excited. He's like, hey, Thiago Santos has a Jewish star on his chest. Now, I don't think it's because he's Jewish. He has a Star of David. I don't know what it's for. I need to ask him or his manager one day. But anyway, he's like, this guy looks great, this and that. And he's like, is this live? Is this live? You know, he's sitting at home. It's a Saturday night. He asked me, I'm like, yes, this is live. So he locks in to watch it. I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. They're going to hell. Johnny Walker told me they're going to hell. It's either going to be a fast one or they're going to hell and it's going to be amazing. And then I'm like, oh God, he's watching this and he's probably half asleep at this point.
I mean, fully asleep. Yeah. He had. I mean, had I not had the bet in, I would have fallen asleep as well. I mean, it was, I did mention that a couple of times while I was watching the fight, that Johnny Walker saying he was trying to bring him to hell. It did not come anywhere near that for either of them.
And that's how it ended. But and the parlay was intact up until that point, right?
Completely intact. Yeah, we go 3 or 4 legs. It's always the last leg that kills you, you know? I mean, it went from it was shaping up to be another great weekend or another, you know, very good weekend had the parlay cash. We flop it down to a decent one with the loss. You know, leaves you with that salty taste. We're starting so good. You know, my Braves, they clinched the NL East.
Okay, all right, relax.
Georgia, 37-0. We start out 4-0. I mean, so much promise and... That's where we end up.
I hate the Braves, by the way. I mean, that's dating back to my Expos days.
I don't know why, man.
Well, you know, the fact that you guys claim that you won the NL East like X years in a row, conveniently, you know, taking 94 out of the equation, like that never happened. You can't claim that you won it that many times in a row when 94 never happened. We were 6 games up on August 12th, and then the strike hits. But alas, no one wants to hear me.
Finish the season, man. I mean, comebacks happen all the time.
No, 6 games, August 12th, there's no chance. We would have finished best record in baseball, we would have finished number 1 in the East, number 1 in the NL, and then, of course, World Series champs. But no one wants to hear me talking about baseball. I'm a little salty on baseball after yesterday.
Woulda, coulda.
We got UFC again back. Early card this time, by the way. Main card starting at 4 o'clock on Saturday.
Love that.
Prelims at 1. Why? Because of the Gypsy King. And you know the UFC brass doesn't like having to go a little early for Top Rank. They're not, the best of friends, as they say. But of course, all under the ESPN umbrella, and so everyone has to play nice, which is great. And so if you're watching UFC 4 to 7, and that'll be around the time that the prelims will start for the Fury Wilder fight. And of course, shout out if you're overseas. I know a lot of our fans are. Please do watch it on BT Sport Box Office because we do love our friends over at BT Sport. But a very important fight, by the way. In the main event of the UFC card, Mackenzie Dern, who's on a roll, looking very good, 11-1. Marina Rodriguez also looked very good in her last fight, so that's the main event. Rest of the card, there's some plays here or there. So on Wednesday, we'll get a couple from you. And what do you think? Well, right now, what is the boxing line? I'm assuming Tyson is a...
Yeah, he's a fairly large favorite. I think it's like minus 325.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now in boxing, is it better to not go money line? Is it better to go, stoppage? There's more, within the distance.
Fury to win inside the distance or by decision is like minus 110, minus 110.
Oh,
so
really?
That's kind of the coin flip of like they believe that Tyson's going to win. It's just how he's going to.
Worth a flyer on Deontay or no?
Man, I don't know, dude. I was on Deontay last time, and I was looked to made a fool in that one. I did not know the ways of the Gypsy King going into that one.
A draw, by the way, I'm looking here, plus 2,000. If they draw again, that's not going to happen.
Is that the Helwani special there? The
draw? No, I'm not a big draw guy. Hey, Fury on points, plus 275.
Oh, plus 275?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, then I was wrong.
Fury on points, plus 275, not bad. Wilder on points, plus 1,400.
We think Wilder gets a
No,
points?
absolutely not.
Yeah.
If Wilder wins, he's winning by KO, TKO, and that's plus 275. On points, Fury's not losing to Wilder. But Fury on points plus 275 could be interesting.
The Helwani special.
Now, what I just want to see, I just want to see Fury by KO minus 110, as you said, or TKO. That could be the one. All right. Well, maybe. I mean, look, no pressure.
Oh, there's going to be a play.
Okay.
Absolutely, there will be. I've already, that salty taste in my mouth from the fight night. I got up, early yesterday. I already started looking at the UFC for this week.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, yeah. We had to walk.
Back on the horse.
We're on to Cincinnati, as Belichick would say.
Anything? I mean, you kind of like just jumped right in there after Tyson. Was there anything else that you want to say? Like, I felt like you had something to get off your chest.
That was completely unintentional, man.
You came in hot.
That was. I thought we were going to agree that never happened.
Okay, sorry.
Right along.
All right. Well, I'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Wednesday it is, man.
Thank you very much, and congrats on 2 straight weeks of some big wins. There he is.
We'll try to make it 3.
Let's go. GC of GC and Helwani fame.